Guys, my name is Dr. Cisnet. Welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you are safe and healthy. The purpose of this video is very simple. It's 2022. I'm supposed to graduate in 2022. I'm a final year dental school student, and this year is the year that I'm supposed to graduate and become duly qualified. This is the biggest hurdle that I would have faced to enter into oral and maxillofacial surgical training. No, I'm smiling because I can't believe I've gotten to this point. I never thought that I would have get to this. I would have gotten to this point. If you had asked me this 2 years ago when COVID started, I probably would have told you I'm likely not going to end up back in school. And here I am talking to you as a final year dental student. I'm passionate about oral and maxillofacial surgery. I actually got disheartened and stressed out because I was out of school for 2 years. This was supposed to be a 3-year journey, and it ended up being a 5-year journey. It was so bad that when I was in interviews, people would ask me, "But I just see here that you are a final year dental student, so you just had one more year?" And at one point in time, I was even in the interview with the person who was trying to find ways for me to complete my final DDS while still work for them. That's how close I was and how far I felt like I was from completing this degree. But life just happens, and somehow by some miracle, I'm able to be sitting in front of you telling you that I am on the last leg of becoming becoming a dentist, and 2/3 of the way to becoming an oral and maxillofacial surgeon. So today I'm just going to tell you some of the goals for this year. One is to complete we have a journal to finish before we leave school. I want to complete that. I want to do some treatment plans that are fully completed because things are tight. A lot of people can't complete their treatment, so I'm trying to search for patients that want to complete their treatment completely, have the funds, and I want to be able to finish as many as 20 treatment plans. It sounds like a little bit, but it's a lot because remember, one person can have all 15 cavities to fill, might have all 3 extractions to do, so you never know what you can get in a single treatment plan. If you have 20 treatment plans fully completed, that's amazing. So that's my goal. I've completed 2 so far. I have 18 more to go, and I'm about 3/4 of the way left in completing at least 2 or 3 more treatment plans. So that's one of the goals coming up. The next thing I want to do is secure a job. Now, when I finish this degree, I have a lot of things to pay off. So for one, it's the loan I took, the private loan. Those who've been following my channel know I took a personal loan, and that loan is now in arrears because I have not been able to work for the last 3-4 months for enough to furnish that loan as well as live. Now, what you don't know, and I've never mentioned, is how much I actually make when I'm in school and how much I've made from 2017 until now. So now you're going to get a figure. A doctor in Jamaica makes about $2,400. I have been working on average for about $1,400 per month, and that's because I'm working part-time. And if I'm lucky, I can make more than that. And the only time I made more than that was when I was in accident and emergency at the hospital here, working sessions. I made about $2,700, and half of that went to the personal loan. So then I was left with half of that to live off of. So it was not easy, and even though I was making $2,800, most of it was still going to a personal loan so that it would allow me to go to school. The other side of it went to tuition as well, because that money only covered a semester and a school year and a bit of change. Each school year I paid 3.8 million Jamaican dollars, which is $38,000 US, and that's how much my tuition was for the last 3 years. Plus I had to buy instruments, plus I had to survive, plus I have 2 kids. So I want you to understand that it's just not been easy. So I'm looking forward to securing a job after this. Hopefully a job that can pay me enough to really aggressively pay off my loans and aggressively pursue further studies. So it's not going to be cheap to move to the UK or the US or Canada or New Zealand or India or China or I was even looking at a program in Japan. So it's not going to be cheap. I'm a foreign trained dentist. Foreign trained if you take me out of here, obviously. And technically I'm a foreign trained dentist because I'm not from Jamaica, I'm from Barbados. So the Republic of Barbados, by the way. So yeah, that's one of the hurdles that I have to overcome right now. I have reached out to recruitment companies in the UK. They haven't gotten back to me just yet. I guess it's the end of the year, but I'm trying to make sure that once I finish my degree and I get my degree in hand, I can transition into a higher paying job. I would love to stay in Jamaica for a year and work and make upwards of maybe 7 or 8 G's a month, 8 grand a month, but the likelihood of that happening based on how the market is right now, it's very unlikely. So I'm sad to say that is me staying is very, very, very unlikely for now. Do I plan to return? Very possibly. But my loyalty is to Barbados, and I plan to go back to Barbados and work between Barbados, Jamaica, and Trinidad. That's my long-term goal. I would also like to work in the UK for some time, but I don't know if I will be allowed to. I don't know. Things are changing rapidly. You never know how job market goes. In the US, same thing. You might be able to train, but you might not be able to stay. I just want to train and complete oral and maxillofacial surgery and move from there. How I'll get where I'll train, I don't know just yet, but that's the goal. So job acquisition is definitely number 2 on the list. Number 1 was how to manage a semester, which should be completion of treatment plans, at least 20. That's my goal. We're supposed to get more than that, but I'm being realistic, 20. And I think 20 will be enough to give me all the requirements that I need to complete, which is a lot. Number 3 on this list is to get GMC registration. Now remember, I did my MRCS in 2017. You have to be registered within 3 years. It's 2022. So even though I've been continuing my education, I'm curious to see if the GMC is going to give me some stress with regards to registering with them. But I'm still hopeful. If the case or if the issue arises that I'm too far out of when I got my MRCS, then I'll do the DONS Part 2 and see if I can get MRCS ENT and then use that to register. We'll see how that goes. Number 4 on this list is getting GDC registration. Now, to get GDC registration, I have to tie number 4 with number 5, which is to do either my ADEX, my NDEB, or the Canadian equivalent, my ORE examination. ADEX is a US exam, and BDE is also a US exam, and the ORE is a UK exam. Now, all of them cost money. ORE is like £4,000, ADEX is like $3,500 US, and the NBDE is, call it £2,000 in total, and that's excluding travel to go for the NBDE and excluding travel for the ORE. So that leaves me in a bit of a rut. That's why I keep saying I need a job right after I finish dental school, and I want this job to be a good job. Now, someone was telling me to go and do internship after dental school. The issue that I have with that, there's that internship doesn't pay much, 1, and 2, I feel like in a position that when I apply for a position, mind you, I've graduated from medical school in 2013, so that puts me in this year, it will be nearly 9 years that I would have completed my MBBS. So for me to now go back and do an internship and be paid a very small amount of money would be very frustrating. I'd rather work in a DCT1 job in the UK and be paid a decent amount of money than to work in a low paying job here. And you're getting experience, yes, but the experience you will get will not be as good as in the UK. I feel like I'm at that point in my life where I have to be looking now to pay off loans, and trust me, there's a balance to pay, and I want to do that aggressively. I don't want to be all the time worrying about this loan and that loan. That's just not the goal. So if it was a situation where I could get a high paying job, I would stay in Jamaica 100% for a year and then move from here, but it's very unlikely. And as it pertains to things that I need this semester, one thing I need to do this semester is to find a job in the now, right now, that will give me what I need for day-to-day living, because I spend so much time just rushing from class, rushing from here, rushing from there, and I just don't like it. It stresses me out, and I always have to worry about if I'm going to be able to make my rent, if I'm going to be able to pay my food, or pay any bills, or even, take care of my kids. It's not a nice feeling to always have that in the back of your mind. Like, will I be able to make rent this month? Will I be able to afford this month? And it costs a lot to go to school. So that's one thing that I'm not looking forward to for this year, but I know it's something that I have to deal with until I can do better. Also, most of you don't know that I'm actually very tall. So when I'm dealing with patients, my working distance is a little different. So I use loops, yes, but my loops are 2.5 magnification. Ideally, that for a person who's regular height, that would be okay. But I've noticed, and preceptors have actually told me that they notice that I have the patient very close to me. Now I'm farsighted, so near work gives me an issue. But at the same time, I sit very upright to make sure that I don't affect my neck or whatever. So my loops are short. So my posture and my ergonomics is not as good as it would be. So I know at some point in time I have to invest in a proper pair of loops. So that's the plan, sometime maybe in February, March, because I don't want to be in the exams missing things because of the working distance not being optimized. So that's something that I have to really invest in eventually. As it also pertains to, as I mentioned, I want to have secure finances for school because I don't want to be worrying. There are days when I sit to study and I just worry about finances. Confession time. And I feel like if I could have that out of my mind, it would allow me to move forward in terms of my grades and everything much better than, how it is now. I mean, I haven't done bad right now, to be honest. Like when you think about it, what I've had to face since I've been in dental school, financially, and there's a lot of other things that happen too. There are some huge obstacles. So even though I had to deal with those things and face those things, I've still been able to surmount them. So yeah, I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm just saying it would be nice to study for final DDS without sitting down going, yeah, will I make rent this month? Will I be able to buy this food this month? Or will I be able to afford my groceries for this month or travel for this month? Or if they ask us to go someplace to do a rotation, will I be able to afford, food and stuff down that side of the country? Things like that there that are really huge hurdles. So yeah, this is the last lap. This is 2/3 of a journey to becoming an oral and maxillofacial surgeon. And I just want you to understand that this is the last lap. I just can't believe it. Like, the time went. I was hoping to finish in 2020. Life happens, as you have seen from following my channel. And this is it. I just want you to keep subscribing to my channel, keep watching. I'm going to try to post more regularly. And yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for staying tuned, and thanks for the support. Thanks for the questions. Happy New Year. I wish prosperity and health to everybody.